Our story begins with an event of unimaginable scale. It happened millions of years ago. A colossal landmass, the Indian subcontinent, was drifting northwards across an ancient ocean. It was on a collision course with the great continent of Eurasia. The forces at play were immense, reshaping our planet in ways we can still see today. When these two titans finally met, the Earth's crust buckled and folded under the strain. Rock was thrust upwards, higher and higher, towards the sky. This was not a sudden, violent crash, but a slow, relentless grinding that continues to this very day, pushing the mountains a few centimeters higher each year. From this monumental collision, the Himalayas were born. They are the youngest and highest mountain range on Earth, a breathtaking wall of rock and ice. To their north, a vast plateau was uplifted. This is the Tibetan Plateau, often called the roof of the world. It is the largest and highest highland on our planet, with an average elevation of over 4,500 meters. This immense height creates a unique and harsh environment. The air is thin, the sun is fierce, and the winters are long and unforgiving. It is a world apart, a landscape forged by geological power on a scale that is difficult to comprehend. This extreme elevation and rugged terrain created a land of profound isolation. For millennia, deep valleys were carved by ancient rivers separating communities. Towering peaks, worshipped as sacred homes of gods, stood as impassable sentinels. Hidden lakes, their waters a startling turquoise blue, became places of pilgrimage and myth. In this isolation, a unique way of life developed. The people of Tibet adapted to the challenges of their environment, creating a culture deeply intertwined with the natural world. Their spirituality, their traditions, and their very existence are shaped by the mountains that surround them, a testament to life's ability to thrive in even the most extreme corners of our world. The landscape itself became a sacred text. Every mountain, every lake, every river holds a story and a spiritual significance. Mount Kailash is considered the center of the universe in several religions. Lake Manasaravar is believed to wash away the sins of a lifetime. This profound connection between the land and the spirit is the very essence of Tibet. It is a place where the physical and the mystical are not separate but are woven together into a single, seamless fabric. The journey through this land is therefore more than just a physical one. It is a journey into the heart of a sacred and ancient world, where nature itself is the ultimate spiritual guide. Our journey takes us eastward, into a region of extraordinary drama. Here in the Chamo area of eastern Tibet, a remarkable geological feature unfolds. Three of Asia's greatest rivers run side by side, carving their way south from the high plateau. They are the Mekong, the Salween, and the Yangtze. Though their sources are far apart, they are funneled together here, flowing in parallel through deep, narrow gorges. For hundreds of kilometers, they are separated by nothing more than towering, knife-edge ridges. It is a landscape of incredible verticality, where the rivers rage in the dark depths and snow-capped peaks glitter in the sun far above. This unique geography creates a land of profound isolation and breathtaking beauty. The deep gorges act as formidable barriers, making travel between the valleys incredibly difficult. This has allowed distinct cultures and ecosystems to flourish, almost in complete separation from one another. The peaks that divide the rivers are among the most rugged and inaccessible in the world. They are a world of glaciers, jagged rock, and fierce winds. Down in the valleys, the climate can be milder, allowing for forests and small farming communities to exist. This contrast between the harsh highlands and the sheltered lowlands defines the character of the region, creating a mosaic of different worlds packed closely together. This is the region known as Kham, one of the three traditional provinces of Tibet. The people here, the Khampas, are known for their distinctive culture and fierce independence. They have their own dialect, traditional dress, and proud heritage, all shaped by their formidable homeland. The isolation created by the river gorges has preserved their unique identity for centuries. The monasteries of Kham are perched on cliffs and hilltops, serving as centers of learning and spiritual fortitude. These structures often seem to be a natural extension of the rock itself, built in defiance of gravity and the elements, symbols of faith in a wild and untamed land. The land of Kham is not just a place of physical barriers, it is a place of spiritual power. The mountains are seen as protectors, and the rivers are lifelines. The constant roar of the water in the gorges is a reminder of nature's relentless energy. For the people who live here, every aspect of their environment is imbued with meaning. They have learned to read the seasons, to navigate the treacherous paths, and to live in harmony with the powerful forces that shape their world. To journey through calm is to witness a landscape where human resilience and spiritual devotion are etched into the very rock and water of the land itself. Long before modern highways, another kind of road crossed these mountains. It was not a road of asphalt, but a network of treacherous trails etched into the mountainsides. This was the legendary Tea-Horse Road. For over 1,000 years, it was a vital artery of trade and cultural exchange. Caravans of hardy mules and horses, led by even hardier traders, made the perilous journey. They carried compressed bricks of tea from the lush provinces of southern China up into the high, arid lands of Tibet. The journey was long and fraught with danger, crossing high passes and deep gorges where a single misstep could be fatal. In return for the precious tea, Tibet offered something China desperately needed: strong, sturdy horses. These horses were essential for the Chinese military and for transportation across the vast empire. So a great exchange was born. Tea, which became an essential part of the Tibetan diet, providing vital nutrients in the high-altitude environment, flowed in one direction. Horses, bred for endurance on the high plateau, flowed in the other. But the Tea-Horse Road carried more than just goods. It was a conduit for ideas, religions, and cultures. Buddhism traveled along these routes, and with it came art, philosophy, and new ways of thinking. The caravans were a lifeline. The journey could take months, and the traders faced blizzards, bandits, and sheer exhaustion. The trails were often no wider than a single person, clinging to vertical cliff faces. The traders developed a deep knowledge of the land, an intimate understanding of the weather, and a resilient spirit. They built simple stone shelters and rope bridges to navigate the most difficult sections. The road was a testament to human determination, a network built not with machines but with muscle, sweat, and an unwavering will to connect worlds that were geographically poles apart. It was a triumph of endurance over adversity. Today, much of the old Tea-Horse Road has faded back into the landscape. Faint trails can still be seen, and the stories of the caravans live on in the memories of the local people. The legacy of this ancient route, however, is everywhere. It is in the Tibetan love for butter tea, a drink that sustained generations. It is in the shared cultural and religious heritage that links the communities along its path. The road may be gone, but the connections it forged remain, a silent tribute to the brave souls who walked its treacherous paths, carrying not just tea and horses, but the very threads of culture itself. Where the ancient caravans once trod, a new road now carves its way across the Tibetan plateau. This is National Highway 318, a modern marvel of engineering that stretches from Shanghai on the coast all the way to the border of Nepal. The section that traverses Tibet is perhaps its most legendary. It follows a route that has been a path of pilgrimage and trade for centuries, but now it is paved with asphalt. This highway has transformed travel in the region, turning a journey of months into a journey of days. Yet, for many, it remains more than just a road. It has become a modern-day pilgrimage. As the highway climbs from the lowlands onto the plateau, the landscape changes dramatically. The air thins and the world expands into vast open vistas. The road crosses one high pass after another, each one marked by a fluttering sea of prayer flags. These colorful cloths, printed with mantras and prayers, are left by travelers. The wind, it is believed, carries the blessings printed on the flags out across the world, spreading peace and compassion. Each pass, with its vibrant display, becomes a temporary shrine, a place to pause, give thanks, and feel the immense spiritual power of the mountains. The journey along Highway 318 is a journey through the heart of Tibetan culture. The road passes by remote monasteries, small villages, and nomadic encampments where life continues, much as it has for generations. It winds alongside turquoise lakes that are considered sacred, their still waters reflecting the endless sky. The road connects these isolated pockets of life, but it also serves as a showcase of their enduring traditions. For the traveler, every bend in the road reveals a new facet of this ancient land, from the sight of a lone yak herder to the sound of chanting drifting from a distant monastery. Traveling this highway is to experience the landscape in a state of constant motion and transformation. One moment you are in a barren, windswept valley, the next you are looking down upon a lush, hidden oasis. The road itself becomes a ribbon connecting these different worlds. It is a path that is both physical and spiritual. While it is a feat of modern construction, it follows a sacred geography. To drive along Highway 318 is to feel the weight of history and the enduring spirit of a land where every mountain pass is a gateway and every journey is a form of prayer. In a remote valley carved by the Mekong River, we find one of the most ancient traditions in Tibet. Here, for more than 1,000 years, families have harvested salt from natural brine wells. The work is incredibly arduous, done entirely by hand, following methods passed down through countless generations. Wooden platforms and huts cling to the steep hillside above the river. The men draw the salty water from deep wells, while the women carry it in wooden buckets up the hillside to shallow, earth-lined pans. It is a slow, back-breaking process, a testament to human endurance and dedication. The salt pans cover the hillside like a patchwork quilt. Under the intense, high-altitude sun, the water slowly evaporates, leaving behind precious salt crystals. The women carefully tend to these pans, scraping and collecting the salt as it forms. The entire process is steeped in ritual and devotion. Before the start of each salt harvesting season, the community performs ceremonies to appease the local deities and ask for a bountiful harvest. They believe the salt is a gift from the land, and they treat its collection with the utmost respect and gratitude. This work is not just a livelihood, it is a sacred duty. The salt produced here was once a valuable commodity, traded along the Tea-Horse Road for tea, grain, and other necessities. It was a cornerstone of the regional economy. Today, with modern trade routes, the salt is less economically vital, yet the tradition persists. It is a matter of cultural identity and a way of honoring their ancestors. The families work together, their lives governed by the rhythms of the sun and the seasons. The younger generations learn the ancient techniques from their elders, ensuring that this unique way of life does not disappear. Observing these families at work is like stepping back in time. It is a powerful reminder of the deep connection between people and their environment. Their lives are woven into this specific place, their hands shaping the land just as the land has shaped them. The salt they harvest is more than just a mineral, it is a crystallized form of their history, their labor, and their devotion. In this quiet valley, far from the modern world, the simple act of collecting salt becomes a profound expression of cultural survival and spiritual continuity, a tribute to the enduring strength of tradition. As our journey continues westward along Highway 318, we encounter one of its most infamous and spectacular sections. It is known as the Jang 72 turns, or sometimes the 99 turns. The road descends from the high plateau down into the deep gorge of the Salween River. The drop in elevation is staggering, nearly 2,000 meters in just a handful of kilometers. To manage this impossibly steep descent, the road was engineered into a mind-boggling series of hairpin bends. It switchbacks relentlessly down the barren mountainside, a tangled ribbon of asphalt that seems to defy all logic and gravity. From a viewpoint at the top of the pass, the scale of the road is almost overwhelming. It looks less like a highway and more like a scar scribbled onto the face of the mountain by a giant. Each turn is tight and sharp, a constant test of a driver's skill and nerve. Large trucks grind their way down in low gear, their brakes groaning in protest. For travelers, the experience is both terrifying and exhilarating. With every turn, the perspective shifts, revealing new views of the immense gorge below and the towering peaks on the other side. It is a dizzying, disorienting, and utterly unforgettable experience. This stretch of road is more than just an engineering challenge. It has taken on a symbolic meaning. For Tibetan pilgrims, the difficult journey is an essential part of the pilgrimage itself. The hardship of the road is seen as a way of purifying the mind and body. Navigating the 72 turns is a metaphor for the twists and turns of life's journey, with its many challenges and obstacles. To complete the descent safely is to overcome these challenges, a small victory of spirit over adversity. The road is not an obstacle to be conquered, but a lesson to be experienced. The beauty of this section is as intense as its danger. The landscape is raw and powerful, stripped bare of vegetation, revealing the pure geological structure of the mountains. The colors of the rock change with the light, from ochre to gray to deep purple. Far below, the Salween River appears as a thin silver thread, a reminder of the immense natural forces that carved this canyon. The Jang 72 turns is a place where human ingenuity meets the raw power of nature. It is a monument to both our ability to tame the landscape and our ultimate smallness in the face of its grandeur. Leaving the dramatic gorges behind, the landscape begins to open up once more. Here we encounter the Ding Red Mountains, a range known for its distinctive crimson-colored rock. These mountains are not as high as the great Himalayan peaks, but they possess a unique and powerful presence. Their reddish hue, caused by a high concentration of iron in the soil, gives them a warm, otherworldly glow, especially at sunrise and sunset. For the local people, these are not just mountains of rock. They are sacred guardians, imbued with spiritual energy. The unusual color is seen as a sign of their special status. Hidden away in a remote valley within this range lies the Zoo Monastery. This is not a large, bustling institution, but a small, secluded retreat. It is a place for quiet contemplation and deep spiritual practice. The monastery is home to a community of monks and nuns who have dedicated their lives to study and meditation. They live in simple stone huts, scattered across the hillside, choosing a life of austerity and solitude. Their goal is to retreat from the distractions of the outside world, in order to explore the inner landscapes of the mind. The lives of the monks and nuns are structured around a strict daily routine of prayer, chanting, and meditation. They rise before dawn and spend their days engaged in spiritual practices that have been passed down for centuries. Many undertake long retreats, sometimes lasting for years, during which they remain in complete isolation. This intense dedication is a remarkable testament to the power of faith. They are sustained by a simple diet and an unwavering belief in their path. Their presence lends an aura of profound peace to the entire valley, a quiet stillness that can be felt by all who visit. The Zoo Monastery and the Ding Red Mountains exist in perfect harmony. The monastery does not dominate the landscape but rests gently within it. The sacred nature of the mountains provides the perfect setting for a life of spiritual retreat. It is a place where the boundary between the natural world and the spiritual realm seems to blur. To be here is to witness a form of human existence that is entirely focused on the pursuit of enlightenment. It is a powerful reminder that in some corners of our world the quest for inner peace remains the most important journey of all. As we travel further west, the high, arid plateau undergoes a startling transformation. We enter the region of Nyingchi, a place so green and lush that it has earned the nickname the Switzerland of Tibet. The change is driven by moisture-laden air that funnels up from the Indian Ocean, creating a much milder and wetter climate. The barren, rocky landscapes give way to verdant valleys, dense forests of ancient cypress and pine, and meadows filled with wildflowers. It feels like entering another world, a hidden paradise nestled within the rain shadow of the Himalayas. This region is home to one of the planet's most spectacular natural wonders, the Yarlung Tsangpo Grand Canyon. This is the deepest canyon on Earth, far deeper than the Grand Canyon in the United States. The Yarlung Tsangpo River, which will later become the Brahmaputra in India, carves its way around the towering Namcha Barwa mountain, creating a gorge of epic proportions. The canyon's remote location and extreme depth have kept it largely pristine, a sanctuary for rare plants and animals. It is a place of raw, untamed power, where the river roars through the narrow depths, hidden from view. At the heart of this landscape stands the magnificent peak of Namcha Barwa. At over 7,700 meters, it is one of the highest unclimbed mountains in the world. But its significance is more than just physical. For Tibetan Buddhists, it is a sacred mountain, a celestial palace. Its name is often translated as spear thrusting into the sky. The peak is notoriously shy, almost perpetually shrouded in clouds and mist. To catch a clear view of its summit is considered a great blessing, a sign of immense good fortune. From the Sajila Pass, travelers wait and watch, hoping for the clouds to part and reveal the mountain in all its glory. Our journey concludes in a place of breathtaking beauty, the Peach Blossom Valley near Nyingchi. In the spring, as the snows of winter begin to melt, thousands of wild peach trees burst into bloom. Their delicate pink blossoms create a stunning contrast with the still snowy peaks that tower in the background. Local Tibetan families gather here to celebrate the arrival of spring, picnicking beneath the flowering trees. It is a time of renewal and quiet joy. Here, in this final scene, all the elements of our journey come together: the grandeur of nature, the endurance of tradition, and the deep spiritual connection that binds the people of Tibet to their extraordinary land.